And a very good afternoon. Welcome along to the show. It's Sunny and Shay here on BBCWM 95.6. We're continuing in this hour with our big hits mixtape. Can't wait to play Bop by Hanson. But also for afternoon tea, a little bit later on, you're going to hear our chat in full with former X Factor winner Joe McElderry. We'll start off the hour with Madonna. Good afternoon, it's Sunny and Shay here on BBCWM 95.6. Now, the 80s is a time defined by its unique personality for sure. The fashion with the big hair, the big shoulder pads, and of course the smash hits like Culture Club, ABC, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Well, a new musical coming to Wolverhampton Grand Theatre in late April, giving people the chance just to relive some of that iconic decade. And it's called, aptly, Club Tropicana, and it stars former X Factor winner Joe McElderry. Joe, a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for having us.
I've got to ask, are you enjoying being part of the 80s and part of the Club Tropicana?
I am. It's very great. It's. Do you know what it is? It was just one of them eras, wasn't it? I mean, obviously, I wasn't born until 91.
Right.
But I was very aware of the 80s music growing up, and it's massively stood the test of time.
It has, you're right.
It was such iconic music that's kind of spanned across so many generations. So it's great to kind of hear all of those songs. We did a little read-through in London the other day.
Yes.
With all the script and everything, and to meet the cast and all of that kind of stuff. And you can't help but sing along to all the songs, you know.
So
everybody
true.
will know all of the songs.
I've got to ask you then, tell us a bit more about the musical itself. What is the story in the musical?
So basically, it's set in the Hotel Club Tropicana. I play the role of Gary, who is this flamboyant, witty hotel entertainments manager.
Right.
And basically, it's about a couple who are about to get married, and they have a bit of a kind of rocky start to their marriage. They decide to jet off with their friends separately to go on kind of a holiday to take their mind off things. Little do they know they're both going to the same hotel, and they end up in the same hotel together. And we are up for the Best Hotel Award, and we have an inspector coming to inspect us, and everything kind of goes wrong at the hotel. And at my job as the entertainment manager, I have a little sidekick called Consuela, and we're kind of in charge of distracting the guests from all of the pandemonium that's going on.
This sounds like a lot of fun. So mayhem ensues, and then you've got 80s club classic hits as well involved.
Exactly.
What is one of your favourite songs that you love performing in Club Tropicana then?
I did record Just Can't Get Enough for the promotion for the show, and
brilliant.
That's a fun song. One of my other favourite 80s songs, which isn't in the show, but one of my favourite ones that I've drunkenly sang on karaoke many times is Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now by Starship. What a tune.
Oh, that is absolutely a tune.
Such a good power ballad.
You just mentioned earlier the fact that, you weren't born in the 80s, but did you know much, is it just kind of been over the years that you've learned about, the club classics of the 80s? How have you kind of been able to immerse yourself in that era, really?
Well, I think it's obviously the character, the costumes are going to massively help with that, and the set of the show, where it's set and everything, is going to all lean towards that kind of. But obviously our hotel's a little bit run down, and we're trying to make it better. So all of that kind of drab 80s with the wallpapers, the colours, and that's all going to lend to that as well. And obviously the audience is coming along, joining in, singing along. And I'm going to just start telling everyone from now, I think everybody should get dressed up in their best 80s costumes when they come see the show.
Absolutely.
They should totally go for it.
It's about the big shoulder pads, isn't it? Or do you prefer the big hair? What do you prefer?
I think everything. Big hair, big shoulder pads, bright costumes, all the terrible eyeshadows they used to wear. Wasn't it like the coloured eyeshadows, the pinks and the greens and blues and everything? I think everyone should go all out.
Now, Joe, you've had quite a busy couple of years. Last time we spoke to you, you were on a UK-wide tour. And I've got to ask, do you enjoy going and doing big shows like this, the big flamboyant musicals and going to different parts of the country with theatre shows?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's great. It's especially if you get a show that has a really good kind of feel-good vibe about it. I recently did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and that was the same, where people just want to come and have a good time. And I think this show has that same vibe. It's just a great, light-hearted night out if you want to come along, sing along, and just join in the fun, And I think if you get a show like that, to be a performer, a part of that, it makes your job so much easier, because people just come in with this kind of vibrant energy where they're just ready for a good time.
hope you are as well. Very good afternoon. It is Sunny and Shay. Now, more from my chat with Joe McElderry. He is starring in the musical Club Tropicana, which is coming to the Wolverhampton Grand at the end of April. The former X Factor winner is a busy guy. He's just finished pantomime. He's now on tour with this show for much of the year. So I wanted to find out from Joe, does he ever manage to get time for some rest?
I had a really big break in the summer, actually. I had a big break through the summer, and I was completely off. For the first time in, God, I would say like 6 years. I had like from about the beginning of June until the end of September.
Yes.
And it was really nice to just be lazy. I was lazy. I just got up on a morning, I had nowhere to go. I didn't have to pack a suitcase. I went to the gym every now and again and just kind of went on nights out, caught up with friends. So
did you have pyjama days as well? Did you have pyjama days?
All the time. To the point where I was starting to feel a little bit guilty about it. And then I thought, do you know what it is? In about 3 weeks' time, I'm not going to even have time to breathe. So I learned to just enjoy it. Get up and just not do anything all day.
Last time we spoke to you, Joe, you were really open and honest about the love of your fans. How are you overwhelmed by the fact that years on they may remember you from X Factor, but you very much carved out your own career with your own music and the theatre that you do. Do you love the fact that they still are with you on that journey?
Listen, I can't do it unless they come to the shows. I can put many things out. I can be a part of things.
Yes.
But if they don't turn up and don't want to be a part of it, then you can't do it for as long as I've been able to do it. So
true.
I'm very lucky. I do work very hard. I don't want to kind of just pretend that it's all luck, because it's not. And
No.
I do graft really hard behind the scenes and have always had that kind of hard work and mentality.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a combination of that and extremely wonderful support, which they've repped me through thick and thin, through everything, and I'm forever thankful for it. It's 10 years in January since I did the show.
Oh, goodness me!
And it's to know that I've been able to last that long in this industry.
Yes.
10 years in the music industry and 10 years in show business is a long time.
It is. And you're looking better than ever, by the way, Joe. Can I just say?
Thank you. Well, everybody, just as you've said that, the Daily Mail have gone up with one of their awful stories as per usual. But it's expected from them. You don't expect anything more or less.
Oh, bless. Joe, listen, a pleasure having you on the show. You're going to have to come in when you're here. You'll be at Wolverhampton Grand on the 29th of April up until the 4th of May. And, of course, you'll be celebrating 10 years since X Factor, so we'll definitely have to get you in the studio. Thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure. Have a lovely day.
You too. Thanks so much for that, Joe. You take care. Thanks again.
BBCWM 95.6.